Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Coming with season 2 here with the Warzone update this week. We are going to see a new major weapons update, a major meta update as well. This includes the addition of some new weapons, which we'll be breaking down here. Plenty of new aftermarket parts, which some in their own sense are like new weapons a little bit. And then also new meta changes and other weapon changes as well. We got a good amount of details on some confirmed changes there, some other things you should likely expect going into season 2. So we're going to start things off first with all the brand new weapons for season 2. These are all going to be free to access throughout the course of the season. We've got some available right at launch through the battle pass, then others dropping alongside the mid-season update a few weeks into the season. The first weapon that we're going to see here is the BP-50 assault rifle, and yes, this is the FN2000 weapon that we've had leaked for some time now. We've talked about this in a lot of previous videos. Hey, this is a leaked weapon. It's probably going to be coming up here. So it's finally time. It is going to be debuting with the battle pass in sector B7. So if you buy the battle pass, if you're just going through the free tiers, you'll be able to access this regardless. This is how they describe the BP-50. Modular bullpup chambered in 5.56. Tear down the competition with a high rate of fire and exceptional accuracy for dominating at mid to long ranges. So high fire rate, fast fire rate, and low recoil. Probably going to be pretty competitive just because of those facts themselves. They also say for operators needing optimal mobility from their weaponry, the BP-50 is a spectacular contender, offering exceptional maneuverability and a spectacular rate of fire compared to other rifles in its class. This Corvus-built armament can cut down the opposition in a variety of rapid and impressive ways. So I could see this thing being pretty versatile across the board, sort of Ram 7-like, whether you're using it for sniper support or for the mid to long range gunfights that rifles are typically built out for. Thing should be pretty versatile, and I mean, let's be honest, every time there's new weapons in the battle pass, they're usually pretty good. They're usually towards the top of the meta. I'm expecting nothing less with the BP-50. Our second new free weapon to start the season is the Ram 9 SMG. This is also going to be available for free in the battle pass as well, so you can go through and unlock this through those sectors. The black cell upgrades will also have different blueprints for the Ram 9 and the BP-50 as well, but here's how they describe the Ram 9. More maneuverable and agile than its assault rifle counterpart, the Ram 7, this bullpup SMG chambered in 9mm is lethal at close range, offering among the best-in-class recoil control and mobility. That's kind of an interesting duo there, as well as the most rounds and reserve of any SMG. The Ram 9 may not win any pinpoint accuracy awards, especially at a distance, but it certainly can mow down the opposition with high damage, chamber emptying assaults, especially as you close in for the kill. So basically what they're saying is that this is a high recoil damage dealing weapon. It's going to be great for the close range, but not really all that viable over range because its recoil is just too obnoxious to handle. I'm sure there will be certain builds that you can get it down a decent amount, you know, throw on the Jack BFB and you're probably going to be okay to a certain point, but this one's definitely going to be way more close range oriented and not nearly as versatile. So something to keep an eye on there. Maybe some competition for like the Swarm, the Wasp, the Striker, so on and so forth. But those are our two free weapons. We also have two additional free weapons coming in season, and the first of these is the SOA Subverter. This is going to be a new battle rifle, and this one's going to be available through a weekly challenge. So for this, you'll have to go through and complete any 5 given challenges, whether it's, you know, week 4 or week 6, that we just don't know yet, but you'll have to complete 5 challenges between multiplayer, zombies, and or Warzone, then you'll gain access to the SOA Subverter. Here's how they describe this one. Chambered in 7.62, this hard-hitting rifle dominates at mid to longer ranges thanks to its low rate of fire and predictable recoil. With excellent rate of fire and accuracy, manageable recoil, and best-in-class sprint to fire and movement speeds, this also offers excellent headshot and target flinch potential even in its base state. With some fine-tuning, this could be a contender for the optimal battle rifle if you can mitigate the more leisurely ADS speed. So to me, it's again sounding like a mid to long range style gun here. However, it is also very fast. So pending some of the attachments here, if you could speed it up, you might be able to build a decent sniper support build out of this, similar to like the Bass B, which can be built for basically all types of fights, right? You can do an SMG style close range build or the long range build that absolutely fries as well. So again, a pretty versatile option here. And I do like that so many weapons sort of fit that niche. Hey, you could use it for long range where it's probably meant to be used the most, but if you want to do more sort of like a wacky close range build, it'll also work pretty well. So another one that I'm definitely looking forward to there. And then our fourth and final known weapon as of now is called the Soul Render. This is a melee weapon though, and its unlock requirement is currently redacted, meaning it's probably tied to like some upcoming event, I would imagine. And they say for this is a ceremonial blade capable of razor sharp cuts and deadly melee action in close quarters combat. A vicious blade of impeccably forged steel, the Soul Render one-handed sword slices quickly and deeply with rapid slashes. Use your aim button while holding fire to enable a guard stance, so kind of a unique animation there. Release the guard for an instant slice, allowing for expert timing when rapidly approaching a victim, offering excellent damage and better mobility than any of the other large melee weapons. Take this into the fight when facing down the living or the undead. So just sort of a gimmicky melee weapon here. Does have a few unique features with the guard stance and its mobility, but for the most part, it's still going to be super niche just because it is a melee weapon at the end of the day. More niche updates here though are the aftermarket parts, and this season we've got a lot of pretty funky ones headed to us throughout the weekly challenges. As we get into this portion of the conversation, then ultimately some of the other weapon changes you can expect. Quick reminder, every single day I'm your one-stop shop for all things going on in COD. News, updates, meta breakdowns, it's all right here, so feel free to hit that subscribe button to always stay up to date. And if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, drop a like on it. It is always seriously appreciated. But talking some of these aftermarket parts here, like I said, we've got some fun ones. So initially, we've got the Jack Burnout. This is going to be available in the Battle Pass. It's for the Holger 26, and it gives it a select fire mode called Jack Burnout that dramatically increases the rate of fire, but it can actually overheat and expand the barrel, which introduces spread. That means it's not going to be accurate and probably not a super great option. It's not going to be really viable in the actual meta. We've also got the Jack Tyrant 762 kit on the longbow. This caliber conversion kit swaps out the receiver to and magazine to accommodate a 762 BLK ammo type for a harder hitting subsonic weapon, so just changing up how the longbow actually plays in gunfights there. We've got the Jack Buzzsaw kit for the Holger 556, a conversion kit focused on making the Holger 556 more maneuverable. The stock is completely removed for faster, more agile tactics, so just making it super fast. The Jack Limb Ripper underbarrel attachment for several weapons. Unrivaled at creating close quarters carnage, it's an underbarrel chainsaw. It's going to be absolutely hilarious to hear and see this thing running around the map, and it says you're going to be able to use this on several different guns, so you got some options there. We've got the Jack Maglift kit on the Haymaker. This weapon modification reinforces the magwell bolt and trigger assembly to accommodate an extra large drum mag, so you can just spray and pray for days with the Haymaker. We've got the Outlaw 277 kit on the Bass B. This turns it into a lever action rifle. Slower fire rate, but vastly improving its accuracy. So it's kind of like a Bass B marksman style build. Going to be interesting there. And then lastly, for the aftermarket parts, we've got the Glassless Optic, which is available on several weapons. It's a glassless reflex optic offering crisp and clear sights for snappy target acquisition. So lots of different aftermarket parts debuting throughout the season. And then as far as the remainder of the weapon updates and meta updates go, a lot of this is just a bit of preview here, some speculation based on how certain things are playing out in game now. Usually I'm pretty spot on with this stuff, but also we do have a confirmation that the longbow in specific is going to see an update. They are finally adding in the iron sights for this. Sledgehammer did confirm this over on their Reddit account, so that's an attachment that will be usable in season 2. So if you're interested in longbow sniping with the iron sights, that'll finally become available. Personally, I think that's going to be a lot of fun for those who like the quick scoping style of play. As far as other things to keep your eyes on though, in terms of meta updates, I think we've got some pretty obvious ones upcoming. The Bass B, as I talked about earlier, extremely versatile and kind of been dominating the battle rifle category since launch. It's even seen a couple of nerfs, and it's still a top tier option for close range sniper support, and for long range you throw in the Jack BFB. It's a laser beam and very few things outgun it, so that's one I feel like could be on the chopping block for a nerf. I also got my eye on the marksman rifle category in general. Things like the KVD Enforcer, the MCW 6.8, even the Interceptor some more. They're all still up there in terms of the best TTKs over range in the game, and still kind of crutches for a lot of play styles for the mid to long range just because they're so dominant. Yes, they are limited on ammo and they are semi-automatic, so they got a higher skill gap, but so many people are using these still. They're kind of being spammed and makes for a very one-dimensional, I guess, long-range meta there. So wouldn't be surprised if the marksman category in general also saw some nerfs. These next changes, well, all this is just based on sort of my opinion on how I view the meta right now and likely how they base their changes on the information that we know right now. I can almost guarantee we'll see these updates in season 2. Shotgun nerfs. We've seen several different shotguns vaulted or attachments vaulted for shotties. Other nerfs go into place recently, but currently the Haymaker with Dragon's Breath, the Riveter with Dragon's Breath, there are some broken and busted shotgun setups that are spamming the close range. I know a lot of different regions across the world almost are like having problems with shotguns. It might not be a thing in like all the NA lobbies or the UK lobbies, but I know some South American lobbies have crazy issues with this. There's a lot of different communities that are just breaking the shotgun meta right now. It's super obnoxious and it's kind of bled into the general, global meta too. So shotguns, I'm fully expecting some pretty severe nerfs on these moving forward. And then something that we've repeatedly brought up in terms of all future meta updates, the devs fulfilling their promises of one, a healthy sniper meta, which would indicate more than one capable one-shot sniper outside of the cat, having the other bolt action snipers be able to one-shot without using the stupid explosive ammo that ruins them and makes them useless to begin with. It's not worth running those. There is no healthy sniper meta, even though they claimed they wanted that. So it's quite possible we finally see some sniper updates. And then also Modern Warfare 2 weapons. They talked more about bringing these more in line with MW3 guns, making the visual recoil on them better, less idle sway and RNG there to make them a little bit more stable and consistent, low recoil with MW3 guns in general, and then just the damage values on them too, bringing those in line with the MW3 options so that we have multi-game metas available and in play so that we can have those between the close range and the long range. So overall, the season 2 update is going to be a very significant weapon update in general across the new additions, the weapon changes, and the meta balancing stuff. The full patch notes on Wednesday will have all the details on the exact specifics, and you already know I'm going to be covering those right as they drop, so stick it here for that and everything else going on in COD. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, and if you guys enjoyed this video, do me a favor and drop a like on your way out. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.